Millions of professionals out there have given ChatGPT a try, but let's be completely honest with ourselves. Far fewer are actually using it in a way that saves time and produces reliable output. Staring at that blank prompt box can just feel so frustrating sometimes. But the difference between endless frustration and massive game-changing productivity is simply understanding exactly what this tool is doing beneath the hood and knowing exactly how to ask for what you want.
So, why is ChatGPT actually wasting your time? Well, you've probably typed in a request only to get back completely generic garbage, or even worse, responses that are just factually incorrect. And you know why this happens? It's because so many of us treat it like a traditional search engine. We treat it like Google, but it's fundamentally not a search engine at all. Before we pull back the curtain on how this technology actually works so you can fix this problem once and for all, subscribe to the channel now to ensure you are not missing on our new knowledge content on AI. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so what actually is ChatGPT? It's what's called a large language model, or LLM. Simply put, it's a statistical prediction machine. Think of it kind of like the autocomplete on your smartphone, but on a massive, almost unimaginable scale. It calculates the most probable next word based on patterns it learned from literally trillions of words of training data. And here is the true aha moment. It does not know facts in the human sense. It just predicts text. This perfectly explains why it's so incredibly brilliant at writing and manipulating language, but incredibly prone to errors in logic. If you ask it to write a creative memo, it connects words beautifully. But if you ask it for hard facts without giving it the right context, it's just going to string together words that statistically sound plausible.
Now, you might be wondering why even bother learning to use it if it doesn't actually know facts. Well, the payoff is massive. When professionals use this tool correctly to reclaim their workflow, they save an average of 2.5 hours every single day. That is a huge reward for mastering just a few basic principles. I mean, imagine getting 2.5 hours back to focus on deep work, strategy, or, hey, just logging off a bit early.
To actually get those hours back, we need to know the rules of engagement. First, let's look at its core strengths. It is absolutely fantastic at drafting a first pass of a tricky email, summarizing a massive meeting transcript into actionable bullet points, brainstorming project plans, or translating really complex technical jargon into a plain language memo. Like, if you have a chaotic brain dump of notes from a client call, it can instantly organize them into a polished action plan. But there are hard boundaries. Knowledge cutoffs mean it literally doesn't know about recent events outside of its training data. It also routinely makes mathematical errors because, remember, it's predicting words. It doesn't actually use a calculator. So asking it to run multi-step financial calculations is just asking for trouble. And absolutely crucial here, there are severe privacy risks. Never, ever paste sensitive company data, proprietary figures, or client names into standard interfaces, because your inputs might actually be used to train the next version of the software.
And that brings us to a really important point about trust. Recently, there was a lawyer in BC who was ordered to pay up after submitting fake legal cases to a judge. And guess what? Those cases were entirely fabricated by ChatGPT. In the AI world, we call this a hallucination. I want you to think of the AI as a brilliant but extremely eager to please intern. If it lacks the right answer, it won't necessarily say, "Hey, I don't know." Instead, it will confidently fabricate facts, citations, or legal precedents just to complete the statistical pattern it thinks you want. It wants to hand you a completed document, even if it has to invent the details to do it.
So, how do we guarantee precision and avoid ending up making a very public mistake like that lawyer? The answer is the strong prompt framework. The quality of the response you get is directly proportional to the precision of your input. You really need 5 specific elements every single time. First, role. Assign it a specific persona, like a senior acquisitions analyst. Goal. Define exactly what you need, like identifying the 3 biggest risks. Audience. Specify who is going to read this so it knows the correct tone. Context. Provide the necessary background data or relevant documents. And finally, format. Demand a specific structure. Tell it you want a bulleted list, a table, or a strict one-page memo.
Let's actually put this into practice with a real-world scenario. Most people just go in and type, "write an email." And you know what? That gets you generic garbage. Instead, apply the framework. Say, act as a senior analyst. Write a professional email to executives explaining a 2-week delay due to a supplier issue. Keep it under 150 words. Tone, calm, and solution-focused. Boom. Instantly, you upgrade the output from a complete waste of time to a highly polished draft. You can even use a cool trick called few-shot prompting. That's where you paste in 2 or 3 examples of your past emails.
This teaches the model your specific style, so the draft perfectly mimics your unique voice and communication standards. It's a real game changer. Now, when you're dealing with really complex tasks or logic, you can use an advanced technique called chain of thought prompting. It's so simple, but so powerful. If you literally just add the phrase think step by step or show your reasoning to the end of your prompt, you force the model to walk through its logic before giving you the final answer. Making the model show its work stops it from jumping to wild conclusions and drastically reduces errors. It's exactly like asking a math student to write out their formulas. You save yourself from having to double-check broken logic because the model catches its own mistakes along the way. But listen, even with the absolute perfect prompt, we have to remember the golden rule. The most successful professionals treat ChatGPT as a brilliant but unreliable intern. This requires what we call the cyborg approach. You integrate AI into your workflow, but you remain the human in the loop. You have to continually question the AI, push back on its assumptions, and add your own unique data to refine its analysis. Your human judgment is absolutely irreplaceable. You are the value compass, ensuring all of these outputs align with your company's actual standards. You have to constantly push back. And please, never send or publish AI-generated content without verifying the facts and numbers yourself. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Does this structural approach help you see exactly how you're going to refine your very next prompt? Or would you like to see a deep dive before and after example for a specific professional task in a future video? Try applying this role, goal, audience, context format framework today and start reclaiming your time. Thank you so much for watching, and go master your next AI interaction.